Good. Welcome, everybody, to Just Chilling, a podcast about what's new and how to enjoy it. Kaitlyn, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. Good to see you. And our
Yeah.
special guest for today is Evan Stavala. How are you, Evan?
Not doing too bad. How about yourself?
Very good, very good. You can find Evan at Man versus Wood on Instagram, and you definitely keep your Instagram very active, I would say, without a doubt. You are you're a benchmark to for everybody to rise to. I would say we can talk about that as we get going, but I think you do a very, very good job with that. So
Thanks.
Kaitlyn, how have you been doing?
I'm doing good, hanging in there, trying to stay busy.
Yeah, is Bentley in there or no?
He is. I have treats to give him, so he won't bark.
Oh, he won't bark. Now, Evan, have you met Kaitlyn's dog Bentley at all?
I have not yet.
He just got a haircut, I guess.
Yeah.
He looked like 20 pounds lighter.
He's
actually.
a different dog. I'm convinced we didn't bring the same one home from the groomer. Come here.
What is it?
A golden doodle, but he was like really fluffy. And now he's not that fluffy. He's still fluffy, but he's a whole different dog.
It probably grows back pretty quick,
I think
right?
he lost a good couple pounds of fur, of like weight.
I would think he's probably doesn't realize, like, because if you said it was like the first time he got cut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he probably doesn't even realize it. It's like one of, like a little kid that, like, I had pictures. We didn't do this. So there's a lot of kids they let their kids' hair grow out really, really long, and then they cut it at a certain age. We did that. We let my son's hair grow for like 3 years, and he was like crazy after that.
Yeah, I'm still not at that age.
Yeah, you're waiting. You're waiting to be
down.
cut, Evan. Right? That's right. That's good. Well, good, Evan. So, how have you been faring over the COVID, Evan? I know your business has been doing pretty well, right? You've been pretty active.
Yeah,
I think
we've been really busy actually, because everyone's sitting at home looking at their stuff and saying, "Hey, I need to upgrade." So it's been okay so far, and right now we're getting really busy. But in the first part of COVID, it was slow. I mean, when everyone was scared, freaking out, didn't know what to do. So I used that time as best as I could to fill in the void, because I can't stop doing things. I probably have like ADHD or something. I don't know. Never got diagnosed, but I always have to do something. Like I have to be either doing a project, or I have to either be doing something at my house, just anything like that. So I filled my time. That's great.
you got to have something on your mind to keep busy and such. Yeah. Now I know you expanded your work area too. Is that right? How many square feet did you add? Yeah.
Quite a lot. I bought a house about 2 years ago now, and I haven't done anything with it. It's in the place I was born in Cold Neck, New Jersey. It is a 1-bedroom house, but with a 5-stable barn attached to it. And they use.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a horse track for a driveway, which is sick.
Cool.
But I just took that 5-stable barn. I knocked 2 stalls out. So there's a 3-stall section all open right now. I got my wood storage up in there, welded some frames together, had the floor concreted. So now I have a 20 by 50, kind of like halfway shop. It's not a full shop, but I have a lot of my stuff in there. I have my laser in there that I engrave with. I'm going to be upgrading, getting a larger CNC put in there. So, and I have the storage room. So this is, as bad as it sounds, was a pretty good opportunity for me, this whole COVID situation.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely gave you the opportunity to do, you had some downtime and you took advantage of it. Yeah.
Yes. And that's changed. That's helped so much already. So.
Yeah, because you can stage more things. You can, like you buy more wood, and then you have more wood available, and you don't have to you spend less time searching around for stuff because you got it all there. And then when orders and such like that come in, you've got stuff ready to go. You can just you work on the doing part and stuff. That's good.
And storage, storage is really key. I mean, the more access you have to it, the more jobs you can get. So
Now, is that true that like, and also like in the buying part of it too, is that you can buy more because you got a better place to put it too, right? So you can
Yeah.
bid on a tree or something that came down, and
Mhm.
because you got a place to put it. Before he's like, oh, I can't, I can take a quarter of it, I can take a couple pieces of it, but you can take the whole thing now if you wanted to, right?
Well, yeah, this allows me for a unique opportunity now that I have all this room. So this just happened a few days ago. Old client called us. Apparently, we did a countertop for him. I don't know. We do a ton of countertops, but he called us. He's like, I love your work. I know you do live edge stuff. I had just, my tree guys just take down 4 walnuts, and they're big, like 30-inch walnuts. He's like, I want to get a slab. I want to make tables. So normally I wouldn't be able to say, awesome, I'll help you out here. But with my storage ability and kind of my network of how to get things, like how to get the wood milled and get it over there, I now have the ability to take this wood in and profit from that after I build this guy's tables, because I'll have 4 trees of wood now, all from 2 tables and storage, which is great.
Nice. So that's great. So you can
Allergies are bad today.
Yeah, you can so you can really, that's great. That's that gives, so when you're talking with your clients, you got a lot more flexibility on what to do.
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
Store things, cut things up. You can hey, come back later if you want something else. I got it here, and that kind of thing. And
yeah,
and definitely that's a good opportunity, a way to take advantage of it. And then your original place where I went and visited, that you have more space there now too, because you moved some of your equipment out of there, right?
Yeah, I mean, my laser alone took up half of the room. So getting that out of there and into one of my stalls, we have so much room now.
Yeah. Now, are you going to hire people too, you think, or are you still going to just keep working on your own and doing your own thing?
I mean, eventually, yeah, we definitely need help. Unfortunately, there have been a lot of places that have closed down because of COVID. We just heard of another countertop place closed down.
That's too bad. Yeah,
it is bad. But now all that rush is on the smaller guys, on us, which is good. So,
yeah, because the homes are still. I think that the real estate activity and such seems to be pretty. At least a couple of the articles that I've read is it's been stable. It's not like it's going crazy, but there's still people moving into homes and such, and they're going to want to renovate. The first thing they want to do is renovate the kitchen. They always want to do that, and I think that's now the thing too is when I first met you, there was a lot, like you were talking about wood in the kitchen, and I don't, when we were working on our home, we didn't, that wasn't even a consideration to put wood in the kitchen.
It's been a trend that has been growing a lot, especially now with the HGTV. Them alone, they show tons of wood countertops. But like in magazines, you start seeing it more often now. But yeah, the traditional wood countertop would be like a maple valley block top, and like chefs use that, and they use it because the maple has antibacterial qualities. So when you cut it, it slightly kills the germs, which is why they used wood. But obviously now that's advanced miles, where you have wood everywhere, and you have trees as tables now. So
interesting, yeah, because that wasn't even. So is it less expensive or more expensive than a granite?
That all depends, because we can get down to the cheapest of cheap is like pine, which you don't want it for a countertop, but then you can go all the way up to teak, which is $24 a board foot, which is that, and then you need a whole countertop width. So that alone, some cases yes, a lot of cases no, and all depends what you want.
Yeah. So I guess the same thing with granite is you can get any kind of, you can get the regular granite that they have tons and tons of, or just the special one of a kind granite that's just one slab that's sitting out in the middle there, and it's really special. You get that too. So
yeah,
It's now I guess your clients, you work directly with clients, but then you also work with intermediaries and builders and all that type of thing too. It's all the whole gamut, right?
Oh yeah, we get a lot of people just off the web. I get a lot of people from Instagram, but we also get how the business started. How my partner Charlie got the business started was he went around to kitchen places. So people who design kitchens, some builders, but mainly kitchen places because that's where the majority of the work comes from.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we get a lot of work from there.
That's interesting. So that's the way that you grew. Now, I was going to talk to you. Like Kaitlyn and I, we use Instagram quite a bit, and we get a lot of clients in through that. Now, your Instagram is huge. I mean, are you at 10,000 followers yet? You're probably pretty close, right? You're close.
Yeah, I've been at a slump, a plateau for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you about some tricks if you have the time to do it to increase your followers. But do you get a lot of clients that specifically come in from that and direct message you and say, hey, I like that top, come in and see me, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I get so many I can't even keep track on Instagram sometimes. Like, a lot of them are for small projects, a lot of which I have to turn down because I just don't have the time. But some of them are for really good sized projects. I mean, I've sold tables. I've sold live edge huge tables from Instagram alone. So as a marketing kind of part there, that's my biggest marketing tool.
Now, do you do any paid advertising on Instagram, or is it all just organic?
I'm really cheap, so it's all organic.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, I've heard that several times from several people that do. Well, Carter, who the painter that we know, he says he does a decent amount, and he does it all through Instagram. And yeah, and people look for that, and they see somebody that's a well designed, a very nice looking table countertop, and they're like, wow, that looks great.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's they can envision it in their home, and then just follow up from there. If they're local, that's part of it too. Is it have to be within the a normal distance that you would travel to? But
yeah.
Now, Kaitlyn, do you see your friends doing things like that online and looking for stuff and buy like home renovations?
Some of them. Not a lot of my friends have like homes yet, so it's not.
Okay, still in the early stages, right?
Still in the early stages, but we all have like little apartments. But yeah, they do. I mean, people do look online for furniture and everything else, and when they need it. So, but none of my friends, not yet.
Give them a few years.
Yeah, in a few years.
Right. A few years, you'll be looking for different things now. Now, do you have?
We're just saving it on Pinterest. But
Oh, is that right? I did hear that Pinterest is and Evan, this might be something, is that has got the one of the most organic reaches of social media that's out there, because there's so much visibility for the amount of posting that you can do, and that might be a place that you can spend if you put what they say, and you probably look at Gary Vaynerchuk all the time, but he's like, you do 80 to 90% in one avenue, which is your Instagram, but then you just touch on the other areas and just test it out, because you never know, you may hit something and boom, it goes, and you get a whole bunch of interest from that particular post that you do on Pinterest or something. And I think your marketplace would be perfect for that. I don't know whether Chiller X would be in I can't even say it right. Pinterest.
Yeah.
What's the matter? I can't say it correctly. But now the other one is TikTok, right? And Kaitlyn has done a good job with TikTok. We're up there with that. And Evan, you've tried TikTok? I think you've went viral a couple of times too, right? Is that right?
Yeah, and I on a few videos actually. One of them has 2.2 million views, which I was like, I don't know why. It was just us putting together a truck bid. So
2.2 million views.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, for what I post, yeah, it is.
That's unbelievable. Now, do they have any statistics as to who those 2.2 million people are? Did they let you
Yeah, I
see any of
saw a
that?
little bit. A lot of people were from like I think from like Europe. And there's a lot of China in there.
Uh-huh.
You can definitely see them all. I mean, it is cool to look at too. It tells you what time you should post as well if you ever
Uh-huh.
dove deep into there. But for a lot of these,
Yeah, because I turned on
find
some analytics on TikTok on ours, Caitlin, when I was horsing
Oh,
around
okay.
over this. I because I think they just started up a lot of the analytics on TikTok for you to be able to see it. You have to kind of enable your account to be able to see it.
Right.
But 2.2 million people. I mean, that to me, that would just say if you know 10% of that is in New Jersey or in the tri-state area, that's still a huge number.
yeah,
That's a
it
huge
is.
number of people.
The TikTok algorithms now too are showing you people that are in your state.
Yeah,
That's a new thing.
Oh, really? So
Hmm.
they're starting to get more granular with their data to be able to, because that's really where the money is being able to advertise on that, or be able to continue to
Right.
drive
yeah,
visibility over in it too. I think I think it's still going to be different than Instagram. Like Instagram is just the picture, the kind of the impression, of something,
mm,
like a quick impression. But TikTok is more of a short story in a way, and if you can match up a good story around something really good with your business, 2 million people is huge. I mean,
yeah.
that's unbelievable. And now, did you get anything from that post, like any phone calls or any,
No, I got this. Actually, that's a lie. I did get one guy who reached out, but it was more of like, I don't know if it was like a half a scam or like he wanted me to make stuff, but it just didn't seem legit. So I
gotcha.
didn't really go through with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say in general, if somebody, if it does, if it doesn't
Yeah.
pass the sniff test on the social media, then just forget about it.
No, yeah. I don't want to be
It's
stuck with a lot of stuff. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you make it and send it to me, and then I'll send you the
mhm.
cat. Oh no, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
I'll send you a what is it? What do they always say? Money order or
Yeah, the
whatever.
money. Yeah, it's like it's great. Yeah, you don't want to do because yeah. I could just imagine. Now I have done. We had one person, a Sean Michael Kelly, connect up with us, and Kelly, I don't, Caitlin, I don't know whether you ever met him, but he was he connected up with us, and he has 1 million followers, and he lives up in New Jersey, and he connected up with us. It's like, hey, Paul, I really like your site. I'm like, bro, and then the next week he was doing an event up at Rutgers. So I was like, well, let me just go meet the guy. I'm like, well, I had nothing to do on a Wednesday night. Let me go up and see him. So I went up and see him, and he had a room full of 100 people, and he was just talking about business strategies and ways to do internet advertising and growing. Some of it was a little, but I would say 70% of it was really good. And he's, I've been tracking him, and he went to Rutgers for a couple of years, and he's legit. And I'm just hoping. And he sells sports jerseys online, and he customizes them for particular events and particular times of the year and things like that. And he sells, like, because the basketball jersey itself is a popular looking garment, so he'll
Yeah.
customize it for whatever particular event is going on. And he's done pretty well with it that way. And he basically was at Rutgers and decided to do that full time. And then during this whole COVID thing, he switched a lot of his production lines, and he was making masks. Like, just switched over and decided to do that. I'm sure he's going to go back to doing the jerseys. I think it's jerseyking.com. I think one of it is where he owns it. So
There's a market for everything.
yeah, it's unbelievable what you can do online. But now you've been into to Chill RX several times too, Evan,
Oh
right?
yes. I need to go back whenever you guys open again.
I know. Well, we're planning on opening. We're going to start the social media over the next week,
Yep.
and we're hoping to get the team in the next week or two to start doing treatments and things. But
Yeah.
we're taking it. We're waiting for the governor is really the big kind of holding things up. Well, I actually shouldn't say it's the governor. I would say that it's just safety and protocol more than anything else, because it shouldn't be just one person that makes a decision. I'm sure he's relying on a lot of people to make the decision as to how to do things and such. So, but
I think you guys are going to be slammed when you guys open, because that new Slim Pod.
We have a new Slim Pod that's coming out. That's going to be a perfect timing for the summer. It's going to give some good results. In Westfield, they've been doing very well with it, because you can go in and you're in this 150 to 170 degrees for 30 minutes, and it just literally boils the fat right off of you. So it's if you complement that with cryotherapy and exercising, which a lot of people are going to be going back to the gym and trying to get back into the routines, they're going to be muscle. So, all indications are that we're going to be busy. Now, there's also some things that might prevent us from being busy too. So we're gonna, hopefully it all comes out to doing well. We'll see.
Yeah, but I think you guys are gonna be okay, because you can schedule appointments, so you don't even have to have a lot of people in there. So
that's going to be the thing, is we're going to try to do schedule things out. We're going to make the appointments a little bit wider, and only one person at a time in the back and such. So we're going to do that and just kind of just move things slowly along. And build the confidence of the audience again, and I think we're going to do well. I think so. Yeah. All indications are. Now we didn't talk about this too, Evan. Is that you are our 9th guest here on Just Chilling? So you are our last single-digit guest here.
Yes.
So you've got the honor of the 9th, and you also have another honor too of being you are our first male guest.
I am very honored.
I was just thinking about that. I was going.
Or were you confused, Paul? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you've. It's because we was going. We have a lot of women that come into Chillerette. So we were just going through everybody that we could find. I says, you know what, Evan would be perfect. And I said, you know what, he's going to be our first official. We've had male people talking before, Kaitlyn, I would say, is in the groups and stuff, but not a specific male guest. So we're breaking the trend here with you, Evan, which you're famous for breaking the trend. So
I try.
So how did you come up with Man versus Wood and start advertising that as Man versus Wood?
Actually, it was with the help of one of my ex-girlfriends. She did coin the name after seeing the, Man versus Food and stuff like that. I was just looking for something catchy.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, so it stuck because Man verse is already kind of commercialized. It's already sounds like an established thing. Man versus Food, Man versus Wild, Man versus Wood.
Yeah.
That's how it worked out, and then just from there, it's just me right now. So in Man vs. Wood, I do have a partner, but he works separately, and I work with and for him at times. And then, so Man vs. Wood is my LLC, where I make all my custom cutting boards, my live edge tables, barn doors, coffee tables, stuff like that.
That's good. Now, have you had any, I would say, newspapers or TV people approach you about doing episodes or anything on any of their shows?
No, I mean, I had a woman from Design NJ magazine. I did an interview with her, but that's about it. Pretty undercover at the moment.
Undercover, you haven't
for
released
now.
it. Yeah, I would think. I'm thinking because, what I've seen, and then a couple of areas that I've been involved with, is that with the TV and the content is so hard to come by, and kind of the creative, cool ways of doing things is so hard to come by, and your business just lends itself to that so well. Is that you kind of cut it, in the basic form is you cut a tree. You manufacture a table in a really cool way, and then it ends up in a beautiful state in someone's home. It's like a perfect story every time.
And I have the show name for it right now anyway.
Yeah, and then Man versus Wood is perfect, and I just think you could build a 25-minute episodes out of every single one of those things. I think
I probably could.
and you could see the commercials like what the tree fell down the wrong way. What are they going to do now? Cut the commercial, and then and you go and you do that's what I do. So maybe you'll get called one day, and then you can say Paul was right. I don't know.
Maybe. I hope so. That'd be fun.
But you should try. You could push. Do you push things out on YouTube?
No, I actually haven't been out on YouTube at all. I would say social media is a strong point for me. I know YouTube's a form of social media, but videoing and uploading the videos, that's not always been my strong suit, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
I could also post a lot more on Instagram, but I don't, kind of because of that aspect as well. I post a lot, but I do want to post a lot more. But I think I censor myself a lot too. So
you just you basically take the raw video footage and throw it up there, and you do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But for the most part, it's raw that goes right up there.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That might be something that you can get like a summer intern. There's going to be a lot of summer interns around this summer, Evan.
Yeah.
You could have somebody create a YouTube site for you with Man versus Wood, and because YouTube gets a lot of people on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've looked. I mean, you can see what I've been spending my time on the last 8 weeks on all this stuff, looking at all these people. Like there was, I was watching something on a podcast. Like I've actually I've listened to like 20 or 30 different podcasts since I've been on this quarantine. But there's this guy, PDWA. Have you ever heard of this guy, PDWA?
Mm-hmm.
He's the number top 5 YouTube subscribers of all time, and he basically, what he did on YouTube is he would play video games and film himself playing the video games.
Yeah.
And in a very entertaining way, and all the different types of video games, like doing this, doing that, all the different codes and tricks to do this and do that. And he built it up to, millions, hundreds, million followers to this. And he would, and then he's, after about a couple million, he started to monetize it because people would send him things if you review this video on, and because people would go and buy whatever he would show. And it's what I started going onto YouTube, and it's just a whole nother world of people out there. It's unbelievable. I would bet you that the people that are heavy into YouTube don't even go on Instagram.
No, but I think they go on TikTok.
Yeah.
No, what do you mean by that?
Because I think the YouTube and the TikTok crowd are probably very similar.
Oh, okay, I see. So you think that the demographic is a younger demographic, or do you think it's
Well, TikTok, yeah, they're like tweens.
Yeah.
But YouTube is definitely, I don't even know if it has a demographic so much.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Like a 25 or younger demographic.
Yeah.
For the most part. And then no, it's interesting. And this guy was definitely a 25 and under demographic. I mean, it was all video games and such.
Yeah.
And I was shocked by what was being talked about. And I was listening to it on a podcast, and I went on to YouTube and looked him up and the videos that he had. And he probably back, I think it was been like 5 or 7 years, it would just be him videotaping it. And now he's got people producing them. He's got all different graphics coming in and out, and it's basically like a TV show that he's doing now that he runs in his living room based off of what his events and antics are and such like that he does. But he has a whole lifestyle around it now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's kind of the dream,
Yeah, we could make I'm coming up with all these ideas for you, Evan. But
I'm taking them down.
Yeah,
I mean, I love my.
You've done some videos for us too at Chillerex. You've done what was it, the Chug and Chill challenge,
Chug and
right?
Chill.
That's my favorite cryo challenge.
One. That was the Oktoberfest one, right?
Yeah, and then Paul, you and I just froze some wood.
Yes, and then I came out to your place and we froze some wood. We have to do something when we get back out of this, like an after quarantine type of event or something on those lines. I don't know. We have to generate some interest. Our Instagram has grown a lot since October. I would say it's huge growth. I mean, we get a lot of people that looking at our Instagram now. Even when I post just a little stuff here and there, we get a lot of people that look at it. So which is pretty impressive for it. I mean, I think people are at home more now and looking at their phones, take advantage and doing of that, all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's I think that as you start, as your site gets more and more stature to it and more relevance to it, people just see it more. The algorithm just pushes it out to more people. So than it was before. And I think Kaitlyn, I think we haven't been posting as much as we have been in the past. And I still think we're getting pretty decent coverage. And I think it's because, the algorithm is like, if you post 3 or 4 times a day, I don't think it likes that. But if you post, when there's something coming out and something more topical, then you get pretty decent coverage on it, so you shouldn't just post because you want to post. You post because there's something to tell about. Yeah, I think is a big is something I've seen because we've done a few posts and it's like, wow, there's tons of people that are looking at it. So you've been through chill and you did the chug and chill. Now, what was that? What was that? What did you have? You had 3 beers in a 3-minute time frame?
3 Guinnesses, 3 Guinea.
Yeah, that was. And then you went out and enjoyed yourself at the Oyster Festival after that too.
Oh yeah, I think I had some more Guinea.
That's great. That's great. And now, is this your first podcast? I was going to ask you that too.
No, I did one with Evan.
Okay.
That was my first one. And then I actually did another one for this group called Market Space Vendors up in Westfield, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they host markets here and there, all in that kind of area up there.
Oh, so is it, cool. What is it, like a market? Like, was this at the Armory that you went to that time?
No, this is actually in Victoria's Secret, an old Victoria's Secret.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was actually pretty well done. I mean, they used the Victoria's Secret pretty well. But it was pretty cool. That was the one in Westfield. So if you
so they set up a table and microphones in Victoria's Secrets, and you talked about your business.
Their podcast was on over the on one of these. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was on one of those. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, that was pretty good.
So you did 3. So this is your 3rd one then. That's it.
It's my 3rd.
Yeah.
Hopefully
good.
I'm not messing up too much.
No. I think this is a good conversation of what. Now, what have you tried? You've done the whole body. You've done the local. You haven't done the saunas yet.
No, not yet. I got to get into those. But I do want to try your Slim Pod soon. When you have
I think that's Have you been eating and drinking a lot during the quarantine? I think.
Unfortunately, I probably did a lot more.
I think everyone has. So.
Yeah.
It's like going to be the COVID-15 or the COVID-15.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. That's the way that things that are happening. So we'll see. We're hoping that we'll open up in another week or 2. We're going to be ready. I think the governor is finally breaking down, or his team is breaking down, and we'll be back in action soon. So, and we'll definitely have you come in, Evan, and we can celebrate.
Think of a new challenge.
Yeah, we'll think of something like I don't know. We'll have to think of some things to do to some weight loss challenges or something along those lines. We should definitely do that, Kaitlyn. Maybe we'll do that for the month of June, is have a weight loss challenge.
Get rid of the quarantine 15.
Yeah, get rid of the quarantine 15 and get some sort of a challenge or a contest around that. But
I was gonna put potatoes on my chest while I was in the Slim Pod and cook them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's true. Put some French fries. Chill the Slim Pod French fries, and then you can you can do it that way. Yeah. Well, good. Well, Evan, thank you for being a guest on today.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
You
Yeah,
can
thank
find
you.
Evan on Man versus Wood on his Instagram. It's a highly entertaining Instagram. I would say lots of content, lots of fun things.
A lot of big
And
wood.
we will see you. We will see you when we reopen, hopefully in another week or two, Evan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks, Evan. Thank you, Caitlin.
All right, Paul. Caitlin,
Yeah.
thank you.
Christian. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Christian, we're all set.